Hello, I'm Giulietta, and I'm going to read Chapter 2 of The Ice Giants. In Chapter 1, we met Elika, who's half Icelandic, and we found out that she wasn't looking forward to seeing Aunt Caroline because Aunt Caroline's a little bit weird and is friends with a giant. So what happens in Chapter 2? Let's find out. Chapter 2. On Saturday morning, the sun streamed through Elika's window, brightening up her room. She spread her crystal collection out on the bedspread. They were so pretty in the sun. Elika liked to touch each one and say its name. Hematite, green opal, amethyst, fire and ice quartz, Elika recited. She added a new clear quartz crystal from Aunt Caroline. Though the dinner with Aunt Caroline was weird, with all the stories about her giant helping lost hikers in the mountains, at least Elika got a cool crystal out of it. Himalayan quartz, Elika said, as she placed it at the end of the line of stones. She had washed it, in case that hairy giant had touched it or something. Now it shone in the sun, all clean. Her hand was also clean. She had washed the promise off. She didn't have to try to be nice to Aunt Caroline now. Elika held her favorite crystal in her clean palm. The green opal was beautiful and had green, brown, and white colors in it. It was so smooth. There was something nice about it, something almost French. Elika loved all things French. Her second favorite crystal was the fire and ice quartz. Mom brought that one back from Iceland. Though Elika didn't like Iceland, of course. It was a weird country with a weird language. When you came right down to it, Elika didn't want to be half Icelandic. If she had a choice, she would be part French. The French were so cool. They invented things like croissants. A boy named Henry in school was from France. Their family just moved here. He said his name in a cool way, like Henri or something, with an awesome accent. That's why, when her mom offered her lessons in Icelandic for her birthday, Elika asked for French lessons instead. Mom wanted her to learn Icelandic, but no one spoke Icelandic except, of course, people in Iceland. People spoke French all over the world. They speak French in Canada, in France, in Belgium, Elika had explained to her mom. But you're half Icelandic, her mom said. Don't you want to learn the language of your people? You said everyone in Iceland speaks English, Elika had replied, so I am speaking the language of my people, I guess. Mom looked sad at first, but then she shrugged and said, we'll see what we can do. Her parents gave her an online French language course for her birthday. And for their summer vacation, they were going to Niagara Falls and crossing over into Canada. Elika was thrilled that she was going to a cool place like Niagara Falls. She heard there were signs written in French in Canada. Maybe they had good croissants there too. Also, she could ask Henry about French words now that she was learning the language. She liked having Henry as a friend. He never talked about anything like giants. He was normal. Elika studied the fire and ice crystal that Mom had gotten in Iceland. It was pretty in a different way to the green opal. It looked broken inside, like cracked ice, but it was smooth in her hands. The smell of pancakes reached her nose. Her mom was making Dad's favorite breakfast. Elika felt a pang of hunger. She loved pancakes too. This was going to be a good day. Not only were they going to have pancakes for breakfast, they were going on a picnic in the afternoon. It was the first sunny weekend since the rainy beginning of spring. They would take a basket of sandwiches and a frisbee to the park and hang out by the lake. Elika loved being by the water. Her parents said it was because she was half Icelandic, but Elika didn't think so. Anyone would like being by the lake. A gleam of light caught her eye. The fire and ice crystal in her hand caught the sun in a way that made it shine. The smell of pancakes made her stomach rumble. Elika placed the crystals next to the others on her bed. That was weird. It was shining a lot brighter than the other crystals, which were also in the sun. Elika shrugged. It probably didn't mean anything. She put the crystal collection in her desk drawer and hopped out of the room to go downstairs for breakfast. After breakfast, Elika did her homework. She finished just in time for the picnic, which was awesome. She and her dad played frisbee while her mom cheered them on. Then they had ice cream. It was so much fun, Elika didn't even mind when her mom played Björk music on the car ride home. The songs even seemed kind of pretty, if Elika listened to them in a certain way. That night, she lay in bed feeling relaxed. But as she started dropping off to sleep, she noticed a light coming from her desk. She tried to ignore it, but the light was shining in her eye. She shuffled over to the desk. It was the fire and ice quartz, glowing. Elika blinked and ran her thumb over it. It felt warm. That was weird. Crystals weren't supposed to glow, were they? Elika shrugged. She wrapped the crystal in a sock and buried it in the back corner of her drawer so it wouldn't bug her. She lay back in bed, ready for sleep. But the glowing crystal was on her mind. She wondered what the French word was for glow. She Google translated it with her smartphone. Lueur, she said aloud. What a cool word. She wrote it on her hands. Then she Googled glowing crystals. Relief filled her when she learned that some crystals did glow. So it wasn't that weird after all. She flopped on her bed in bed and turned off the light, feeling sleepy. As she drifted off, the word lueur was on her mind. She would have to ask Henry how to pronounce it. Though she fell asleep with a smile on her face, she woke up in the morning with a scowl. She just had the weirdest dream ever. Okay, join me for chapter 3 in the next video, and we'll find out what Elika's dream was. Bye!